Real Madrid march into the lair of the Lopetegui. Mm-hmm. They go 2 goals down, and they come back to win 3-2. And Nedum, we've got Alex Kirkland here with us to sort out. Alex, first half hour, Sevilla were fantastic. Help me understand this. There was no Casemiro. Carlo played Kroos in front of the back four. It didn't really work. Looked to be more, we'll play through them. No, they got their rear ends handed to them, and then he turned them around. We've seen this before from Real Madrid, haven't we?
I thought this game was Real Madrid's season in a nutshell. We saw the two faces of this team in this one game that we've seen time and time again. We've been trying to work out exactly how good this Real Madrid team is. Is it the team that lost to PSG in Paris, or the team that came back and blew them away in the second leg? Is it the team that was thrashed 4-0 by Barca in the Clásico, or the team that went to Stamford Bridge and beat Chelsea 3-1? And here we saw both of those teams in the same game. And I find it so hard to understand how we're at the stage of the season where Madrid, they're going to win La Liga, they're in the Champions League semi-finals, and we're still not quite sure how good this Real Madrid team are. And it's because of performances like this, where, as you say, in the first half hour against Sevilla, they were just blown away by Sevilla, who are a very good team. They've been running out of steam as the season has gone on, and they ran out of steam in this match, actually. But in those first 25 minutes when they went 2-0 up, they were by far the better side. Madrid were really poor at the back. 2 defensive mistakes from Eder Militao, who in general has been very good this season, but he is still liable to the occasional lapse in concentration. Something that Ancelotti had pointed out pre-match, actually, and we saw it here with both of those Sevilla goals. The first one where he inexplicably moved to open up a gap in the wall that Rakitic found with the free kick, and then he was brushed off the ball for the second goal that was finished off by Lamela. But then Real Madrid regrouped. Ancelotti said after the game that he made 1 or 2 tactical readjustments in terms of the positioning of the team because it wasn't quite right, both in and out of possession. And you could feel it. You could feel this Real Madrid comeback coming, partly, of course, because we've seen it so many times before.
Nedum, I just think psychologically, and I don't like talking about psychology and experience because to me it's all stupid metaphysical nonsense.
It matters. It matters.
Well, that's what I want to ask you about, because we saw it against Chelsea in midweek. They're on their way out. They somehow come back, still lose the game, mind you. And then they're in the same position again. What does it do? Does it make you more confident that Carlo does some Carlo voodoo and turn it around? Or at some point it's got to undermine you, right?
Yeah, I think as for them this yesterday, I think the fact that halftime came and you're 2-0 down, it's a chance to reset. The momentum doesn't exist when the game's not going on. If they'd gone 2-0 down in the second half and the clock's ticking, you'd be feeling the pressure just that bit more. So I think a chance for them to reset, make the change, which was a key change with Camavinga coming off, I thought. I think that gives you a second opportunity. But as for the psychology of it all, I think you can see a side in Madrid who, they're top of the league. They think they can come back from anything. And they're just going to go out and know that the consequences of a loss aren't going to be as great as, say, at another stage in the season. So they can sort of put the foot on the gas just that little bit more. And as well, for the psychology standpoint, in my opinion, once you gain some confidence, it's almost like you're taking it away from the opposition as well. Both sides, if Sevilla are taking a step back, Madrid are taking a step forward. That's the tone, that's the feel. And I think even for the people in the stadium, you'd have been sensing, I think we've seen this story before. And when you can sense that energy in the crowd, it's very hard to say, no, this isn't real. And then lo and behold, you lose the game 3-2.
Alex, you don't want to say it's done and dusted because obviously stranger things have happened, but it certainly feels that way, especially with Barcelona getting beaten in the Europa League, maybe losing some momentum there. And yet, there's no guarantee Carlo's going to be back next season, is there?
No, because there are no guarantees ever at Real Madrid. This is a club that has sacked coaches in the past after winning the Champions League. So we don't know for sure.
Wait, can I give you a guarantee? Florentino Perez will continue to win every election that the club run. That's a guarantee.
Yes, that we can. That is an absolute certainty. There is no doubt about that. Ancelotti, look, I think this season has gone about as well as you could possibly hope. As I say, they're going to win the league. They're in the Champions League semi-finals, which for Real Madrid is pretty much par. That's where they would expect to be. Credit to Ancelotti last night as well. We talked about some of the tactical changes, and especially at half-time, it was bringing Rodrygo off the bench that won the game. And he's a fascinating player. We mentioned Camavinga. 2 young players, Camavinga and Rodrygo, who both seem they don't quite seem ready to start games, or at least have the same kind of influence starting games. But coming off the bench, they've been very important this season. And we saw with Rodrygo last night, involved in both of the 2 goals that got them back on level terms. Well, he's a funny player because it was his first league goal this season, Rodrygo, and yet he feels like, to me anyway, whenever he's involved, especially off the bench, a dangerous player who can score goals. So Ancelotti, he's not. Sorry, Gab. He's not a coach. I think particularly known for kind of tactical insights. He's seen as more of a man manager. But if you look at these recent games, we saw it against Chelsea. We've seen it against PSG as well. Some of his in-game changes in the last few weeks have made a difference.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.